Happy Thursday. Hopefully the day is treating you well. It's nice and cool outside. Going to be able to go out and get a walk or run in. But this week, what we've talked about, and what I do on Thursdays is I basically just recap all that we talked about Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then we just do a quick, easy assignment. So for today, what our lesson is about contractions. Again, just recapping it. Contractions are shortened form of two words. Don't forget about that apostrophe in there. If you do not have the apostrophe, you do not have a contraction. The apostrophe is what it does, what its job is to omit or get rid of or to take out letters in a word. And then on yesterday, we talked about possessive pronouns. And possessive simply means to own something. We talked about how its can be a contraction, but its can also be possessive, their, and your, same thing. So what the challenge for today is go and write a couple of sentences with contractions that we used on Monday and Tuesday, and then go ahead, don't forget your apostrophe, and then write some with the possessive pronouns, which is what some of you did yesterday. So again, that's going to be the challenge for you. What we would have in my class is we'd have a paragraph that we would write, and in there, in that paragraph, the kiddos would have to find the possessive pronouns that were spelled incorrectly or the contractions that were spelled incorrectly or were missing the apostrophe. So parents, if you want to do that, go for it. Again, as always, take pictures of it. I'd love to see what you guys are doing at home. Here, Mason, actually, my son has been working pretty hard. He's got some biology work he's got to do today, so that's going to be his job. But anyway, so kiddos, let's go ahead and have some fun with this. Make up your own really cool sentences. And again, if you want to get really daring, 4th and 5th grade, start writing paragraphs. So if you want to, take a picture of it. Let me see it. That'd be awesome. So for today's math, we're going to go ahead and step out of doing the normal, which is what we've been doing, the multiplication and division. And today, yesterday I had a dad ask me to do something with fractions. So today, we're going to start with just basic fractions real fast. And then I think tomorrow, instead of a language video, we're just going to do a math video. We're going to go ahead and just step into fractions. So the first deal with a fraction is there's always going to be a top number and bottom number. Let's just put down 3/4. And the way that it's read is 3/4. And then we also have things like 1/2 and 2/8 and so on and so forth. But here's the deal with a fraction. The fraction parts have names. So the top number is going to be called the numerator, and the bottom number is going to be called the denominator. What we do in my class is I actually try to sound like the Terminator. Denominator. Yeah, I got to spell it right. So anyway, but what we're going to do in class is I go ahead and I look at the kids and I go, yeah, we're the denominator and the numerator. Something silly like that. But anyway, kiddos get a laugh out of it. It's fun. So, but again, the numerator is the top number. That's going to be the number that is going to be answering the question, whether it's shaded or unshaded. The denominator is going to be how many pieces there are in all. And the most confusing things for my students has been in the past was something like, let's put down a fraction like that. Let's just say it's 1/4. Okay? And what we do for 1/4, obviously, we shade one of them. And I ask the kiddos, what is this fraction? And a lot of them will say it's 1/3 because 1 is shaded and 3 are not. And I have to explain to them that's not correct, because the reason why is that there are still 4 pieces there, or there were 4 pieces there originally. So whenever you're doing fractions, the best way to explain it I've found is the denominator is going to be how many pieces there were at the beginning, and the numerator is going to be how many are shaded or not shaded, depending on the question. So for another one, instead of it being like 1/4, what I like to do is take and just make a circle. A cool thing for you guys to do at home is to get a cup, take that cup, turn it upside down on the piece of paper, and make identical circles. Okay, make them identical. Now, we all know that the only way to make a fraction in a circle is you have to put a dot right in the middle of the circle. So then what I do is basically any line that crosses through that dot, it then breaks it as a part of the fraction. Now, So what we got here today is this. So let's say that in this fraction, this is also a good way to compare fractions. We're not going to compare fractions today. But in this fraction right here, what we can do is I can ask the kids, okay, how many pieces are there? What is my denominator? And the denominator is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They would count them out in the same one on this one. There's 8 on each fraction. Now, on this one, I make up a story. Let's say this is a pizza, and let's say that 3 kids had a slice of pizza, so we shade 3 of them because 3 of them are eaten. How much is eaten? How much of the pizza is eaten? So the answer would be 3/8. 3 pieces out of the 8 are eaten. For the other one, what I would do is just make up another problem. Let's say maybe mom had 2 slices, dad, there's mom's slices, dad had 3 slices, and the kiddo had 1 slice. Now the question is, how many pieces are left? So then the kiddos would do 2/8. And again, word problems are a big deal, especially for 3rd grade. And on that 3rd grade state test, they need to know how to do word problems. So parents, what I would do if I was you is if you're watching this and you want to work with your kiddo on fractions, do this. Do it just like that. Just say, basically make up a problem. Give them the fraction, give them the circle, make them break it down for you. Kiddos, do the same thing. You guys can do this with bread at home, Pop-Tarts at home, chocolate bars at home, candy, food. I mean, I love it all. But that's the way we did it. And in fact, in my classroom, what we did this year is we actually took out a bag of Skittles. And we took all the Skittles and split them up. And I told the kiddos, okay, divide your Skittles up into different colors. And then after that, I didn't tell them we were doing fractions. We just split all of the Skittles up. And they had to tell me, okay, how many Skittles there were overall, how many Skittles were yellow, how many Skittles were orange, and so on and so forth. And they ended up doing fractions and not even realizing it. So make fractions fun. Fractions are easy. Fractions are simple. When you get to comparing them, they get a little bit tougher, but we'll talk about that probably tomorrow. But again, this is just a basic, easy form of teaching fractions. Again, if you want to compare them like that, make the circles the exact same by using a cup or using something else. So again, big push of the day. The top number is called the numerator, is what I call it. The numerator. I like to do it with an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. And the bottom number is called the denominator. Again, in an Arnold Schwarzenegger word, denominator. And then just have fun with it. Kiddos, if you're watching this at home, and if you want to take the challenge, go for it. Go ahead, take pictures of it. Show me down below our post here. Remind 101 kiddos, take a picture of it, show it to me. I appreciate it. You guys, hopefully you're having a fun time. This quarantine teaching is pretty cool with me. I'm enjoying getting to teach and still keeping track of my kiddos, making sure everything's going okay at home. And again, remember, most importantly, you guys just stay safe, stay healthy. If you're going to cough, make sure that you do it into your arm. If you're going to go outside, make sure you're wearing a mask. Continuously wash your fingers and your hands, especially underneath them fingernails. But anyway, stay safe, stay healthy, have a great time, and hopefully we will have school again soon. But for right now, have a blessed and wonderful day. See you next time.